little bit too far. So let's touch on this quickly in this VAR segment before we get into the actual talking about this match and what it means for United, where they go from here with the manager, etc. I just want to correct it because I wasn't in the Discord with you guys when you're all going crazy. I was watching it. When I first saw it live, I thought it was a red. I went back and forth. I've read a bunch of different things, heard a bunch of different people. I still think I think it's the classic orange card, and I think you can make the argument for either one. So I'll ask you directly on this, and we'll go quick on this one, and we'll get to the match itself, and we'll, I'm sure, talk about the foul in that. But was there enough either on camera and or after the fact to change a call that was called a straight red by two different match officials? And I think that's important. The guy on the pitch gave the red. It was the linesman in his ear who was adamant that it was a reckless tackle, and he was waving the flag. So it's now the linesman is actually taking ownership for calling the red card. And the linesman, to be fair, is the one who actually had the direct angle on the play. He probably did see it because the ref admitted he missed the tackle itself. He saw the fallout of it. So I guess my question to you is this a situation where the linesman set up the match official to fail by basically not saying, hey, take your time, think about this, let's get all of our ducks in a row, let's let VAR give us some feedback to slow down? Because it feels like the linesman called this to be a red, and in turn the match official went with it, and then VAR was almost hand-tied because they didn't have enough of a clear and obvious error to overturn it. From the application of the rule, does the rule need to change, or do you think these guys blew the call based on what the rules are today? I know that's a tough one. It's a loaded question.
I mean, no, and I think you nailed it. Like, thanks. I don't have a lot to say. No, like, I think one of the things that we need to think about is, like, if like, this almost should be like one of those things. Like, if we're reviewing every goal scoring opportunity, we should be reviewing every red card. Like, and I know this slows the game down, right? But if we're talking about making these things that are obviously impacting title races in single games, but also multiple games, if it's a straight red, right? Like, I think I'd rather see us take the time to get it right and, like, really have a look at it. That being said, right, so I think the linesman sets the head ref up incorrectly here. I also think VAR is less apt to get involved when they know two match officials have seen this or are both, like, chatting already. And I think at the end of the day, right, even if the VAR had called this guy over to the monitor, called him over to the monitor and take a look, I think who was this anyway? Who was the match official again? Was it Kavanaugh?
Yes.
Kavanaugh? Okay. Yeah. Like, I don't think Kavanaugh is going to flip that. I don't see enough in it. Like, and I said this in Discord, for me, it's not a red, but I think it's not enough to overturn it. Like, no matter what decision you make on the pitch, I don't see enough there that you can definitively say one way or the other. My opinion is that this decision and this call was made on the fact that Bruno A was for sure beaten on the play. So B, it was like a professional tackle, and C, it was the professional involved. So, which obviously carries a reputation for, obviously being a bit of a prick, right? So I think this is one of those
crazy. Which is crazy that this is his first red card.
Yeah.
His first straight red as a United player. Yeah. Yet I would have thought he had like 3 by now. I mean, I think the fact that, I hate to say it, I think the fact that they were already losing, the fact that it looked like he was checked out of the match also plays into it there. I think they think he's getting himself sent off. Like, they believe he might actually just be going to injure. He claims that Madison leaned into him as he was walking off the pitch and said, I don't think it's a red either. Madison denies that he ever said that. But, if you ask me, James Madison or Bruno Fernandes, I'm probably not believing either of them on any given day. The fact that so many United supporters and United former players were ready to vilify and basically say it was a red, I think is indicative of 2 things. 1, it was so borderline it couldn't be changed. But 2, that Bruno Fernandes has truly lost all of the positive vibe he had in that United dressing room, both with the club officials, the players. And here's another one, right? This is a guy that they just gave an extension to. And like, there's people saying, like, do we want him here at the club long term? Like,
it's like you already made that call.
This is everything they make their mistakes on. So let's get in. Let's look a little bit at